The following stream has been approved for all puzzle audiences by the puzzle general community.
Hey puzzle fans, welcome to the Tetris Attack Speedrun Tournament 2021 here on Puzzle General. Thank you for joining us, whether you're here with us on Twitch today or watching later on YouTube. We thank you for joining us and hope you enjoyed the show that we've got coming up for you here. We are in bracket stages now and have made it to the winners quarterfinals. Starting off today with a great match, number 1 FFRPro21 versus number 8 6. I am Tetris Attacker. I am your host for today. You can call me TA, and I've got a couple of great commentators here to help us out. But before we jump into all of that, some of you may be new to how we do things here, maybe new to the speedrun, wondering what we're gonna do. So we've got a great little tutorial video from our own Cards of the Heart here to walk you through that. Enjoy.
Tetris Attack is a match 3 puzzle game released for the Super Nintendo in August 1996 for North America and November 1996 for Europe. It was also broadcast on the Japanese Teleview service from November 1996 until the service was discontinued in June 2000. As a match 3 puzzle game, if you match at least 3 of the same panel either horizontally or vertically, the panels will disappear. To win, however, you will need to do more than simply match 3 at a time. You need to make combos and chains to not only prevent your gradually rising stack from reaching the top of your playfield for a time, but also send garbage to your opponent to make their stack reach the top of their playfield. You make combos by matching more than 3 panels in a row at the same time. They don't keep your stack from rising for very long, but they do send small garbage blocks to your opponent that can quickly add up if stacked correctly. You make chains by linking sets of 3 or more matches together. Make a set of panels disappear and then have the panels directly above them fall into another match. Not only does this keep your stack from rising for a longer period of time, but it will also make thicker garbage blocks that will be more effective at actually filling out your opponent's stack to the top. If your stack reaches the top of your playfield and the game tries to break the stack through the top, you lose, so you want to avoid this at all costs and force it on your opponent as much as possible. To beat these computer opponents, you'll have to either make sure that they run out of time while their stack is completely topped off, send so much garbage to your opponent so that they can no longer make a move, or send garbage to your opponent in such a way so that they think they can no longer make a move. That said, due to the way this game handles combo garbage as well as the overall speed of these opponents, you will almost exclusively see our players make them run out of time through timely garbage attacks. Easy mode has 10 stages, normal mode has 11 stages, and hard and V-hard, as we call it, have 12. In this tournament, players will be racing through those stages to get to the end as fast as they can. The first player to defeat the final opponent wins the race. The first player to win a predetermined number of races wins the match. Best of luck to all of our players.
All right. Well, here we are in the bracket part of the tournament, and to take things from here, we have our commentators for the day. Gentlemen, why don't you introduce yourselves and take it away?
Hey, what's up? This is Foxy Man, and joining me is Dark Aries.
Hello.
So yeah, just to briefly go over the tournament format we have set up so far. So we have been through group stages, and we are now on the bracket stage. So this is final bracket, which means we're in a double elimination tournament. And right now we are just starting off in winners quarters. So there are 8 players. We've seen 2 matches so far, and we are on to the next 2 tonight. To kick things off, we have FFR and 6. And what we're about to see is we're going to see best of 7, so first to 4 race wins on the V hard difficulty. So we are going all the way through Kamek to Bowser. We're going to see some crazy stuff happen and a lot of exciting stuff to watch. Each player is going to have a week to finish each match, and then We're gonna get through these races one at a time. So moving forward, we have just a quick preview of the bracket. So as I said before, we had 2 matches just yesterday, and we're on to the upper side of the winners quarters finals. So starting off with FFR Pro versus 6. And so the winner of this match will play the winner of who we're seeing later tonight, the winner of Tayman versus Cards. So there's a lot at stake for whoever is able to come out ahead, but the loser, because it's double elimination bracket, will be going down to the loser side and is not going to be out, but that's a long road up back towards grand finals. So a lot at stake in this match here so far. Okay. So now just to recap kind of where these players stand. So we have the 3rd seed, although arguably the favorite to win the whole tournament, FFRPro, versus the 11th seed coming into the bracket, but now the 8th seed in the bracket, 6. So actually FFRPro is the 1st seed as far as the bracket goes. But both of them had great qualifying times. FFRPro definitely has a little bit of an edge. It's hard to dispute that, but 6 has been grinding and grinding and grinding, unlike anyone else so far. And you can see that FFRPro has a much more storied history with a 1st place in the Tetris Attack tournament all the way back in 2016. It's been doing well ever since. Unfortunately, 6 dropping in group stage in the most recent Pokemon Puzzle League tournament. But he's come back with a vengeance, and I know for a fact, does not want to see a sweep in this match. So I guess, Dark Aries, what do you think about this matchup going into it?
I think the matchup is going to be really interesting. FFRPro is one of those players that essentially would be the hyper tapping NES Tetris kind of equivalent in our Panel de Pawn series of games here. So FFR plays really fast. Maybe not the most efficient in comparison to other players, because that's always an interesting concept when you watch these matches. There are the players who can tap a lot faster and can do matches a lot quicker, and the players that cannot actually tap that fast or swap panels that quickly are still able to keep up, because at the end of the day, you just have to kind of get off that kind of combo chain strategy that happens. And if you can successfully do that within a certain window, your chances of clearing, doing the quick clear on the stage are reasonably high. So as long as you can kind of do that, you're fine. So even though FFRPro is exceptionally fast, there are very few players who can actually play at a faster level than FFR in this series. I could probably count it on one hand, the amount of people who would be faster or at least match speed. But, 6 is pretty good up there too. And this is also like, as a Tetris Attack, right? It's not Pokemon Puzzle League. There's a lot less stages. The difficulty is exceptionally lower in comparison as well. So a little bit of an equalization kind of going on here. So I think it'll be interesting. It might be that FFR takes everything because, #1 seed and crazy stuff can happen. But I think we're in for an interesting match no matter how you want to slice this. So I'm excited.
So I have to assume that with your Canadian bias, I have an idea of who you're rooting for going into this. But who do you got, and how many games do you think it'll be?
All right. Well, you know what? I'll do like a DraftKings ad right here. # not sponsored. I'm gonna put all my Canuckistani Canuck Moose Beaver Bucks onto FFRPro here, and I'm gonna say he just takes every single round. And Canadian dollars don't mean anything. So, in terms of American equivalents, I've only lost like 50 cents, so it's okay.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I want to put my faith in Six. I would love to see him take the match from FFR, but I'm gonna give him some credit, and I'm gonna say Six takes 2 games off of FFR. I'm gonna say it goes to 6 games, but FFR, I just don't see it happening where Six can really pull off a match. But with the amount of grinding he's been doing, how much work he's put in this game, I'm hoping he can get 2 games off of FFR here. But we'll say it time and time again, these are going to be close matches. It's probably going to come down to the cave. It's just a matter of how it really unfolds. But yeah, with that, we will probably try to get things set up. We're having maybe a little bit of difficulties with the stream, but both of our players are just getting ready right now, so we should have things up and ready shortly.
Yeah, and I want to point out that this match is actually live. If you were kind of watching during this group stages, and maybe this is the first time you've watched since then, in the group stages, there were a lot of matches that were recorded during the week, obviously proctored. Everything has to be kosher as per the the Puzzle General Speedrun Commission. Everything was sanctioned, everything was good. No shenanigans going on there. But for this, we actually have the matches coming into you live, so there is literally nobody who knows the outcome of this. So it's exciting stuff.
All right, and it looks like we are ready to go. Stream all set up, both the players. I will notify them shortly, and yeah, just as Aries said, this is live, so no one knows how this is going to unfold, but we know it's going to be exciting, that's for sure. All right, I have just notified the racers, so we should be off shortly. So yeah, just to quickly go over what we're about to see here. This is V-Hard, the hardest difficulty in Tetris Attack. In fact, it's so hard it's not even listed in the base set of levels, but you have to carefully select the stage after pressing up and L on your controller. Or as Six just did, you can just preload it there. And so we should be ready to go any second now that Six is preloaded. It does not look like FFR is gonna preload his, but yeah, we should be counting down any second. But yeah, pretty much the name of the game here is trying to weave in as many combos into your chain as possible in order to send quite a large attack as quick as possible in order to top off the opponents. And we are jumping in right here. So let's see how each of these start off their first attack. So FFR dropping the chain a little bit, only sending 5 lines. Again, also 5 lines on Six's side. But FFR quickly able to top off Lakitu there and get a 17-second kill despite a bit of a weak start to begin with. Lakitu on Six's side is being a little bit annoying, doing some erroneous clears, but nothing too bad, finishing off at 29 seconds. So a very, very brief lead going into stage 2 for FFR.
Yeah, I mean, it is still early game, though. It's only, literally only on stage 2. A lot can happen, especially once we hit the caves. That is where, if any flip-flops are going to happen, it is very good chance that it will happen in the caves. They're very scary caves. Have a flashlight.
For sure. Yeah, and unless you're getting just terrible luck, the first 8 stages, maybe you could say the first 6 stages, are usually fairly consistent if you're playing well. If you're able to top them off in your first attack or maybe second attack, usually they'll end under, say, 30 seconds. The cave, however, which starts at stage 9, is where things can kind of go wild, and the AI's cursor speed is so fast that if they get clears or matches, they can easily just start clearing garbage time and time again and make your life a living hell. But yeah, up until that point, things can usually be relatively consistent, and we're seeing that for both of our competitors here so far. Although FFR definitely moving here with a full stage lead here at Wiggler, whereas 6 is struggling a little bit, stuck a little on Poochie, not able to top off Poochie yet, even at 28 seconds in. So this is not looking too great for 6, as FFR, even with a 31-second Wiggler, is going to extend this to a little more than a stage lead at this point.
We're just so enamored right now of the gameplay. It's just what's going on right now. But as you can see, FFR is actually on right now. That's how it's going. We're already past a couple things going on here. And see how quickly we're able to complete that stage. And 16 seconds. 16 seconds ain't bad. Ain't bad. All right, and it looks like I literally blinked, and FFR is already done the next stage with 17 seconds. So FFR is really keeping the lead up against 6 right now. And 6 is still putting up a good fight. Got those chains going on there, the kind of combo, more combos, lots of combos. That's the name of the game here, lots of combos. Really like how... Oh, a really good combo there as well from FFR. I really enjoy how FFR stacks really high. Gets to maximize the amount of swaps that can happen there. And going alongside the fact, like I was mentioning at the kind of beginning here, FFR has a very quick cursor speed, letting them do a lot of panel swaps. So, the more panels you have on screen, the higher of a stack you have, the more opportunities you have. And it's just a snowball of everything going on there. More. And that's really just lets them get the super fast speeds. And, lets them consistently stay at #1 seed for at least this part of the tournament.
Yeah, for sure. And I think we are missing the timer up on the screen. So a little hard to see some of the context of how quick these players are doing, but it did look like FFR actually went into cave a little under 5 minutes, which is a super solid pace, and at a pace that you could definitely see even like a sub-8 finishing time, which would be, that's kind of like the upper level of what's considered just really top notch in this game, which in fact 6 actually joined the club of players who have gotten sub 8s just about a week ago at this point. But yeah, FFR is just on a solid pace. 6 a little further behind. It's about 6 minutes in at this point, and he's just now getting to cave. So this is a little bit behind where he'd want to be, but really, really not too bad. Still a very solid performance, and anything can happen. Although, oh no, FFR got trolled just a little bit there with the clear on the Piranha Plant side when what could have been a crush kill, but this means Piranha might troll for a little bit longer. We'll have to see. But yeah, without much stop time there, Piranha Plant will go down, and FFR is definitely still moving. It's definitely still in that range to get a sub 8 if he gets a decent Bowser and Kamek moving forward. But 6 not too far behind, still on Hookbill here with a quick 23-second kill, moving just one stage lead for FFR at this point. So really anything can happen.
Yeah, and Kamek is the second last stage for those of you maybe new to the game. Maybe you're not. Maybe you just forgot what is the second last stage. Happens to me very often. I don't even remember what I had for breakfast today. What did I have for breakfast today? I actually don't even remember. So see, Kamek is the last stage. Kamek really likes to troll. It's very often that of all the cave kind of stages here, that Kamek actually gives a harder time than Bowser, or at least has a higher chance to give a harder time. Like you'll go through like a 40-50 second Kamek, and then Bowser ends in like 15-20. Just happens. That's why Kamek is Bowser's right hand magician right there.
Yeah, and this is just about as bad as it can go for FFR on Kamek right now. Hopefully I commentators curse that, but it doesn't seem like I will. Oh no! Speaking of bad on Kamek, that's a death for FFR. And we are about neck and neck right here as 6 moves on to Kamek, and FFR just had a death on Kamek, so it is dead even. That is wild. What the heck?
You see what I said right there? But, Kamek really likes to troll at times. I'm a mind reader. This is what it is.
But yeah, FFR actually, in a bit of a weird way, that was not the worst death that could have happened, just because FFR was kind of in a shitty situation where Kamek had sent enough garbage to top off FFR, but because FFR mostly sent combo garbage, it actually wasn't enough to top off Kamek, and Kamek was able to clear that and just did not have much on his side. But as we see now, they both finished Kamek at about the same time, and we're moving into Bowser about dead even, so it's anyone's game for sure at this point. But yeah, looking at this Bowser start, we do see FFRPro is maybe a few seconds ahead. FFR not quite topping off Bowser here, but 6 does seem to have Bowser topped off, although a little bit of trolling happening. This is going to be super close. Oh, but it seems that FFR got it if with a 35-second Bowser. And that is just unfortunate. It doesn't look like Bowser has much of an answer here. And with a 48-second Bowser versus a 35-second Bowser, FFRPro will take that race with a 9:42 after a death on Kamek. That is wild that he was able to pull off a sub 10 time. But 6, he ends up with a 9:59 time. Still sub 10, still super solid. But wow, FFR's pace before Kamek was just too wild. But yeah, so FFRPro does take the first race there. So we will set up the second one. But that, man, with how fast FFR was moving, the fact that it came down to Bowser after a death to Kamek just shows you how much craziness can happen in this game.
In the zone, and it's just one of those little things I've noticed I've also noticed that actually in comparison to the group stages, because this is the first kind of final-ish stages of part of the bracket that I'm commentating here, that the stars for the winning has actually changed. Instead of being the column of 3, we now have a grid of 4. Another interesting change here.
Yes, indeed. Now that we're playing best of 7, we are deviating a little bit from the nice 3 vertical stars and going to a 2x2 grid instead to fit them all in. But yeah, just the more stars, the merrier. They're just so fun to look at. Bouncing up and down.
Shout out to Cards for doing all the kind of production with the layouts here. I just make sure that the stream doesn't explode, and that's what I was doing. In our little technical intermission here, just making sure stuff doesn't explode. The stars are allowed to explode on the layouts when the person wins, but not the frames. We like frames. We don't want to, save the frames, but also make sure that they get home safely.
Anyways, we should be starting here any second now. And indeed, yep, they are off. So, game 2 of possibly 7. And let's see how our competitors start off.
Really good combo from 6, actually. That was I think it was actually a 6 combo. It might have been a 5. I can't count. I'm only 5 myself. But yeah, they're both really slow starts, actually. Look at that, 25 seconds on FFR side and over 30 on 6's side. So not a great start for either of them, honestly.
That is definitely not good news on 6's side. 40 seconds in and the opponent is not topped off. But this should be a quick kill here. Not too much stop time to work with. And indeed, 6 unfortunately getting a 45-second time. That's going to put him in a deficit moving forward that'll be hard to come back to and require at this point for FFR to make some mistakes or get trolled a little bit later, which is not what you want to be thinking about just going into stage 2. And yep, FFR with a 16-second stage, he's already flying through at this point. But 6 with a nice little 7 chain to start off right there with some nice time lags. He's trying to make up that time as much as he can and as quickly as he can with an 18-second stage 2 on Bumpty there.
That is a good time save. Because, 18 seconds is still, a little bit on the slower side, because in this speedrun, we're really nitpicky with how many seconds it takes to clear a stage. But 18 is still on the lower side of things. Like, look right there. FFR just got 23 seconds. So, the more seconds you can shave off per stage, say that 5 times fast, the more you get to catch up. And that's just what it is. This isn't a marathon, it's a sprint. So and now 6 is also on stage 4 here. Catching up slowly but surely. For having a very slow first stage, could be a lot worse. And FFR now 21 seconds, going on to stage 5.
Yeah, and
that is unlucky there on 6's side, but please continue.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, one thing I wanted to point out it's how do I put it? Maybe a bit of a privilege for the very top players of this game, in which I'd put definitely Cards the Heart, FFRPro. Maybe sometimes I can approach this level is once you get kind of to that next level of play, you don't even really need to rely too much on large chains, because you can usually send just quick 2 chains and heavy combos really quickly, even if your opening isn't too large. And we're seeing FFRPro do that a lot. Even if he drops his first opening, he's able to send so much combo garbage so quick that's able to top off the opponent just as if it was just one big large attack. Whereas 6 tends to rely on kind of a larger opening to start with. And if he doesn't get that larger opening to start with, then he can tend to get trolled a little bit because it's harder for him to kind of get that quick initial attack to top off the opponent. I'm having a little trouble viewing this stream right now, but we hopefully will get that fixed up shortly, and it seems to be working fine in Twitch right now, so...
Okay, so what we can kind of commentate on at the moment is this FFR still actually has a lead that's ongoing. To kind of commentate on, or maybe extend what Foxy was saying there, you do reach a point in playing where timing is very important. It's not necessarily the output of what you can do, because you can do, you know, large amount of chains and large amount of combos, but if you're dropping them at the wrong times, that doesn't help anybody. Because, you know, if the AI happens to get that clear on the garbage, then, you know, it's just going to waste a bunch of time waiting for the garbage to turn into panels, and then they get another... Like, timing is everything in this game, more so even compared to the other one, so...
Yeah, for sure. The timing of your attack can be just as important as how large it is sometimes. Especially on these cave stages, which we see FFR now going to hookbill. If you can time it just right as soon as the cave opponent raises, which they often will do, you can get quick times as low as even 6 seconds is the lowest I've seen by a human player, which was Cards of the Heart not too long ago. I think just last week on Kamek during one of his runs. But I even had an 8-second Kamek on my match versus PB Forky. So if you time things just right, which usually those quick of kills are unintentional, but you can definitely get a quick kill in that way. But yeah, as I said before, usually someone like 6 tends to rely on big attacks, and that will be a 6 chain, I believe, maybe 7 chain that he sent to hookbill over there. And the problem with that, especially in these later stages, is that the larger the garbage block, so in this case, you have a 6 tall block, it looks like, from the 7 chain, that will induce more shake time. And because these foes are so quick, that will make it much, much easier for them to have enough time to find a clear on the garbage with their panels. So that's one reason that players will tend to opt for shorter chains and much more combos on these later stages. But yeah, we still see 6 going into Piranha Plant at this point, and FFR just with about a 30-second kill, I think that was, on Piranha, moving into Kamek. So still maybe about a half-stage lead. Still anyone's game. Looking around a timer's back up, we see about just under 8 minutes going to Kamek here. So definitely still on that sub-10 pace, which is usually seen as a very solid time, but time and time again in this tournament has not been enough to win matches. So, but both of them maybe a little slower than they would like to see. Looking for a sub 10 here, and this looks like a textbook crush kill of Kamek on FFRPro's side.
Print it and mint it. That is definitely a crush kill.
And in case anyone has been keeping up with the statistics on crush kills in this tournament, which I know at least one person, Galloping Conch, has been, apparently Kamek is the most likely opponent in this game to be crush killed. And sure enough, he proves everyone right again and gets crushed on FFR's side. But Six not too far behind, and especially with a weird opening attack from FFRPro, this could open the gate for Six to get a win here. Because once these small combo blocks clear, which they're about to now, this is gonna put FFR in a really weird position.
Yeah, Bowser is not being kind to FFR at the moment. Yeah, that's all I got to say on that. Not very kind at all.
Yeah, and this is super uncharacteristic from FFR, just not having enough to top off Bowser. And yeah, this is looking good on Six's side, and that should be the win. 27 seconds.
Yo, I just lost my life savings to DraftKings.
Oh my gosh.
Hashtag not sponsored.
A 27-second Bowser on Six's side and a 1 minute Bowser on FFRPro side, and that sets up an 8-second lead for Six. So the streams were approximately correct there. And that's a 9:31 for FFRPro and a 9:23 for Six. So super solid time. I was saying sub 10 is usually what people go for, but around 9.5 is what people's averages tend to be. And it shows that if you're able to beat that 9:30 time that Six was there, you're going to be able to take off some games from the top players like FFRPro. And yeah, we have a 1-to-1 game right now. It's all tied up. We are back to a best of 5 from the looks of it.
I want to point out that nobody should attempt to exaggerate that sound effect like I did, because my throat really hurts right now. That was a lot of air I had to suck in to do that. Oh boy. The commentator's voice is dead. No, it's not. I'll probably be fine. I might have to go get some hydration though. We'll see how it turns out. But yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, and anyone who's betting on a 4-0 sweep from FFR, which I don't think we had any official bets for that, but that is not going to be what we see today.
Yeah, no, I bet my life savings. Remember, that's 50
Oh,
American
right.
cents. Yeah, I'm now packing my bags as we speak.
Oh no, the 50 cents.
I'm gonna have to live in a
gone.
maple syrup lodge. The humanity.
Anyways, we were a bit slow
Wolverine.
before, so we're probably gonna get right into this third race here. I will let the competitors know, and we will be off. And yeah, hopefully we'll see the timer go by and get a good estimate of how these runs are going during the middle. But so far, super solid times from both players and super close too. Both of them decided by less than 20 seconds each round. And yeah, we are off. So, game 3. What's it going to be? Who's going to take the clutch game 3 victory in a tied set?
I think the winner's gonna take it. My
Oh.
money's on the winner. Oh, there we go. 14 seconds. FFR is back with a vengeance. If I know FFR, that loss, especially being that close, there be some salt going on. I don't know of what variety yet. That's maybe for the audience to guesstimate. You know, maybe put some bets on. Because why would you bet on actual things? Betting on which salt FFR is giving right now is probably... With 12 seconds, see, I'm right. The FFR literally is taking the loss that happened and is just like, nope, I'm not letting this happen again. Vengeance.
Yeah, and FFR in the race chat did say that he's going to get a good cave time this time. So he's definitely frustrated by how the caves have been going for him so far. But he's starting off maybe saying, I don't even care if I have a bad cave. I'm going to be so far ahead with these solid times that I won't even need it. Unfortunately, not enough to top off Poochie as Poochie goes down just to the third row. And that's a really ugly, oh my gosh, hate to see that. 6 clear into a chain immediately on Poochie's side. And
that garbage from FFR, though, that was a good way to end that stage, even though it did take 33 seconds. And,
we have 14 on 6's side, and we are pretty much even.
I gotta love the fact that the little stars are bouncing all happy for the scoreboard. Just like...
Is it just me, or do they actually have different facial expressions? Maybe I'm
Oh,
just
they
seeing
might.
weird.
Oh no, let me zoom in. No, they have the same. It's just the coloring in the background. That would be pretty neat if they had different ones, though. You know what the two little bouncing stars are reminding me of? Just like, I don't know if anybody else has watched this show, but Bananas in Pajamas. That was my jam.
I cannot say I've ever even heard. I feel like you
What?
may be just like messing with me right now.
What? You've never heard of Bananas in Pajamas? It had
Never
like the
in my
most
life.
lit theme song of life. It was like bananas in pajamas. Dun 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 dun. What?
I mean, I now that I see those stars bouncing, I can kind of hear it in my head, even though I've never heard it before. But no, I've never heard that.
Oh my god. You know, there's some mind-blowing gameplay happening right now, like how FFR took 49 seconds to complete stage 5, which is honestly really ridiculous. But the fact that you don't know what Bananas in Pajamas is blowing my mind even harder.
But yeah, after 2 wonderful stages from FFRPro, he's been slowing down, and 6 taking the lead here, going into Lunchfish. Almost, say about a half stage lead here. And of course, we'll say it time and time again, can't really count half stage leads at this point, but any lead against FFR is a lead to be happy with. And I'm sure, actually, I'm pretty sure 6 is not the type of player to screen watch what FFR is doing, but he's got to be feeling good about how he's been playing so far in this 3rd match.
All right, 30 seconds for Lunchfish right there. And, ooh, 19 seconds for FFR. We are very close, but 6 is actually a little bit in the lead here. I'm very curious if, I don't think it's unkosher to watch your opponent's feed as you play, because really there's nothing that watching them can affect except for your mental state. So I'm wondering if they're watching each other's feeds right now.
Yeah, I know that I feel like it's probably 50-50 how many players watch versus don't watch the other streams. I personally do like to watch how my opponent's doing. Just I think not knowing is more stressful than anything else, but some people seeing the other person where they are stresses them out more. So it's just a matter of preference for the most part. I also think it's just a little more fun and feels like you're playing with the other person than just playing yourself if you're watching the other person stream.
Yeah, that's true.
Almost as if you're both sitting at the same TV, playing right next to each other, just apart and instead just playing the AI. But, you know, it's still fun. Oh my gosh. I'm having a little bit of lag in my view, but I think there might have just been 2 really quick hookbill kills, and we are going even into stage 10 Piranha Plant.
right, and it does seem that FFR did complete the Piranha Plant with 22 seconds from what I can see, but it also looks like 6 completed it with 22 seconds.
I am not so sure.
Yeah, we're just having a tiny bit of technical difficulties on our side again. The frames, they like to explode if you don't keep them in check.
Yeah, I'm still struggling to see the stream a bit. I don't know about you, but I am pulling it up on the side, so... Unfortunate because both these players are super close right now.
Yeah, it's hard to say what's
The little bit I do
going on
see
here.
showed 6 actually with an 18-second lead into Bowser. And oh my gosh. Is this real? I believe we just... I didn't see how it happened, but we just saw a 6 finish in 8:34 versus FFRPro an 8:49. And that's official.
This is going to be a very big potential upset stream.
Wow, I think like all but maybe 2 of the predicted brackets were already dead after Tetris Attacker beat Wired Wiki yesterday, but if 6 beats FFR Pro here, not even 6 predicted that. But we are going to see a long set potentially here, unless 6 just clutches it out and goes up 4-1. But only time will tell. But yeah, getting the players set up in this third race. And yeah, you got to be thinking, if you're FFR Pro, what changes do you need to make? I mean, you already kind of got an 8:49 for the third race, which you expect to win most races. But 6 just coming out of nowhere, 8:34, showing that even as the 8th seed in this bracket stage, he has come to play, and he is not going to give anyone an easy match.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that you can really do is just be like, I honestly don't know what you can quick. The thing is, with this type of speedrun, there's not really a switch that you necessarily flip, right? The only thing that giving an advantage is potentially like an adrenaline rush, your mental state, and some I don't know, new D-pad tapping strats. But this isn't NES Tetris. You can't just magically start rolling the D-pad to hit like super hyper tapping speeds, because you still have to. I don't know. And even if you can do that, what is that going to help you? Your brain still has to process the matching of the panels. So, unironically, I think the answer is just get good, son. Like, what else are you supposed to do? You can try to time things a little bit tighter, but I mean, you don't want to also kind of change things up, because what if you start slowing down more then, right?
Yeah, I mean, that tends to be why I feel like with these games, if you start overthinking how you're playing exactly and what you're doing in the middle of a set, you've pretty much lost at that point. Like, at least the way I see it is you kind of have to come in with a game plan and just execute that game plan. And once you get too much in your head after maybe a death on a stage or something like that is when kind of you've already beaten yourself up. So hopefully that's not what's happening in FFRPro's head right now. But Six has got to be feeling good because he came in. I'm pretty sure he didn't think he was going to win, but he just wanted to win maybe 1 or 2. He definitely didn't want to get swept from what I remember him saying. But he's got to be feeling really solid right now, up 2-1, and playing exceptionally well. Like, he's earned every single one of those stars on the screen right now.
I just think that we need to commentators curse more often because I was like, you know what? See, here's the thing. I'm normally like, you know what? I'll go for the underdog. I'll do some positivity. I'm going to keep things fresh. And then today I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to just go all chips in. It's going to be a wash with it's fairly reasonable thought process, right? No, just brain explode.
Yeah, I mean, the crazy thing is Six wasn't even favored to come out of his group into bracket stage, but just his progression has been just really amazing to see so far. So, I mean, if you're FFR, of course you want to win this, but if you're just a casual spectator, this is the storyline you want to see. Six taking 1 off the grades.
Yup. This is exactly what you want to see. This might be a crush kill.
We have near simultaneous kills on Wiggler on both sides. Going into Froggy at a respectable time. Not too fast, but not too slow. But both of them at the same time, hopefully feeling pretty good about their game and gonna clean up this first 8 stages confidently before getting to the cave. And yeah, Six, that's a wonderful setup on Six's side. FFR, nice setup as well, but gets a quick clear on Froggy's side, and that's going to waste that extra 5-6 seconds, leading to 24-second kill on FFRPro's side.
Oh, wow. 7 combo right there on Six's side.
And
Six
is moving.
That's the fast lane for Six right there. I think if this keeps up, I think this is just it. I don't see FFR getting one back. I think mentally, the weight of what's happening right now is just so great. I don't think they'll be able to recover. Which just means I don't. It's hard to say, but Six is playing so well right now that it's making FFR's amazing gameplay look not up to par, which is pretty insane because it's still really hecking good. Like, that's kind of what happens when you start doing these tournaments, right? The very minuscule differences all of a sudden get magnified because it's not up against kind of casuals. It's going up against another really good player, right? So any small differences in gameplay now get magnified, as that's really the only differences that remain. And it's just kind of crazy, the whole perception of the match right now.
And Six, as you're saying that, has a full stage lead. I don't know what his PB pace is, but he has got to be pretty close to his PB pace. Definitely on track for the potential, at least, for a sub-8 time here. Feeling really good, having a little bit of a slow start on Hookbill here, but yeah, I mean, FFR is not playing up to FFR standards, and that's I mean, I don't know about that. Like, FFR has been in a lot of situations where he's just 1 or 2 lines short, which can be something that FFR can kind of modify and change up his approach, and also can be something that maybe he's just a little off, and but
I think
the
they're just
AI
off.
is just being annoying. So it's
I
always
think that's
this
just what
tough
it
thing.
is. Like, the fact that two games have been taken off right now, that's not something you kind of let go lightly, as you're now in kind of serious chance of losing this matchup, right? Because there's only 2 games remaining for Six's side, and if Six wins this, and there's only 1 game remaining, like the window of coming, the window of coming back is shrinking, and the amount of slack that you have to pick up in order to take a lead again continues to grow, right? And that when you go from number 1 seed absolutely dominating to all of a sudden kind of like a chink in the armor is exposed, and now you've been wounded, it's kind of a little bit of, it doesn't matter what mental fortitude you have, it still has some sort of effect, and how you handle that is really how things are going to play going forward. Like, whoa.
I was about to
We
say,
saw that, right?
we saw an 11 combo and a 12-second kill, and so FFR is saying, look, Aries, you're talking as if I'm out of this, but come on, give me a break. I can throw these combos out like nobody's business.
I mean, that's what FFR has to continue doing, so I am all for it. Please, more of this. I want more of this. I will go freaking make popcorn if I get more of this.
And Six in a bit of a tough situation here.
Oh, the second tier for Six's side. You don't want that.
Yeah, and Kamix just barely wasn't topped off, which gave him just enough time to get it clear on the garbage. And it looks like he's going to be trolling for a little while here.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, and able to get that kill just in time. 53 seconds. Not what he wants to see, but just enough to stay ahead of FFR. And it looks like this is going to be decided by Bowser for the 4th time. 4 times, ladies and gentlemen. And Six, yet again, on a pace for a sub-9 time. He is playing out of his mind.
Mm-hmm.
And a super solid opening here. You really couldn't ask for more. Definitely going to top off Bowser. Just a matter of, can he get the kill? And on FFR's side, also is going to top off Bowser. And so at this point, it's just which Bowser is going to clear more, which is going to be more annoying. And chaining on FFR's side. Oh my gosh, what's going to happen? Oh no, clear on FFR's side. And did I just see what I think I saw? This, you can't write this. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
So
That's
I
a thing.
don't know how close it looked on stream, but FFR, a 9:01, and Six's official time is 9 flat. So we will have to check real quick with the runners what their personal times say, but it does look like Six had the lead on stream, and he has the lead in the official race chat, but yeah, so the racers agree that Six was about 2 seconds ahead from his personal timer in addition to the race chat. So Six finishing just under 9 minutes.
That would get him a 3rd star on the layout.
Gets him the 3rd star, and this is a hill to climb. This is a big hill to climb.
My brain is mush, guys. I don't know if I can actually comprehend what's happening in front of my eyes right now and what's happening in my ears. The things were kind of normal. That things were, I could process them. Things were okay. Then I got told that people don't know what bananas in pajamas is. And now we're at a 1-3 with Six in the lead, which was unprecedented. I don't think anybody predicted that this would happen. We were predicting that it might be close. We were not predicting that there would be such an advantage.
Also, I just want to pause real quick. If you can see Six's screen right now, he is typing in the password hype with 3 question marks. So ladies and gentlemen in the chat, let's see some hype for the rest of this match. Do people think that Six is just FFR is washed? He's struggling too much. He's going to be in his own head, or and is Six going to just finish this off, or is FFR going to come up with the greatest comeback Game 7 victory that we've seen so far? That is the question on everyone's mind right now. Anyways, the runners seem ready, so we will be starting here shortly.
My body is Reggie.
But yeah, I don't know what to think. Like, part of me thinks that FFR will come back, but part of me is just amazed and thinks that Six will definitely take one of the next possibly 3 matches.
I think that I think this is it. I think Six is gonna get this, and it's gonna be done. Honestly, because I'm trying to find the words in the English language, and I'm currently struggling. Why did you two do this to me? But I just think, I don't think FFR is going to come back from this. It has been a thing in tournaments where, you know, there's been a little bit of a tilt and there hasn't been a recovery. You know, you can brute force victories with pure skill, but it's really hard to jump back on the tracks after kind of like a little mental shift. Because, you know, we're going bonkers. We are all, you know, hyped up on Mountain Dew right now. Things are happening, and we're only watching and commentating. We're not the actual players that is happening. This is happening to. You know, Six is on a super high right now, and FFR has the salt of like the biggest ocean right now ongoing. At least I can only assume so, because like their timing and everything else, they can pull off 11 combo, which is insane, but they're still not getting those super quick clears that FFR is known for. So something is off, and like I don't know. You'd have to have like the zen of a Buddhist monk to just be able to flip the switch back and be like, all right, we're good to go. Back to like 15-second clears.
And just looking at FFR's side, he's dropping his chains. He's not sending enough garbage. He's not playing like we're used to seeing him play.
He has to be checked out. He has to be checked out.
Also, after recalling how the PPL tournament went, FFR actually lost in the PPL tournament 2 different Game 5 scenarios, and those were best of 3 matches. So I don't know. Like I don't want to speak too soon, but if there's a clutch gene, at least in recent memory, FFRPro has not shown that he has the clutch gene in him, which has got to be good news for Six right now.
If FFR ends up in the loser brackets for like this is going to be insane. I'm going to just say that right now. 12 seconds.
Oh my. Six is
Guys.
on a rampage.
Guys.
Full stage lead. Playing like a madman. A little bit of a weird opening clear right there, but he's able to just turn that into 6 chain, 7 chain, no combos, but really quick attack after a kind of weird opening. And that's going to be enough. 14 seconds. I mean, you can see him in the stream right there. He's throwing up his arms. He's like, I'm just playing with what I got. And
Can
throwing down
somebody
14
send help to
times.
Canada, please? I need help. Somebody give me a hug. My brain cannot comprehend this. No, in all seriousness, this is super, super exciting. I don't think I've been this excited for a tournament match. In this whole tournament, this is insane, and I'm so happy that we get to cast this.
And I know we've said this like a million different ways, but like FFR was by far the favorite to win this whole tournament. Like not even a question. I think out of the 11 predicted brackets, all but 2 or 3 said, you know what, FFR is going to win. And on the other hand, no one even thought that 6 was going to get out of this first round. They thought he was going to be the most likely to just lose two stages in bracket and be done with. But he has been grinding relentlessly. And he is just on an amazing pace right now, with about a half stage lead over FFRPro. And he wants to finish this off, I can tell.
Okay, that was just a 9 combo right there.
Is that a crush? Is that a crush? That's got to be a crush.
Looks like a crush. Yeah.
Almost a crush. But yeah, yet again, FFR just a little slow, which wastes about 10 seconds or so. And all of these matches have been decided by 20 seconds or less. In one case, by a single second.
We can very clearly see that FFR does not lack skill. They've been putting out more. I feel in total, if we took the combo guard, if we did the whole UFC like punches thrown, points for points, like what was going on, I feel like FFR would be in the lead by a long shot. But it's just not mattering because the timing is off. And it doesn't matter, like I said before, it doesn't matter how much garbage you send. If it drops at the wrong time, you're wasting a lot of time. And I think that's just what it's boiling down to. That the skill is not lacking. It's just that the timing has been thrown off and everything's out of the loop. But whoa, okay, yeah. The timing's back, I guess. Now they're perfectly in sync. Let's go.
And yeah, I just feel like at this point, this has to come down to Bowser. So the next 2 stages, everyone can just kind of go get a drink, take a break for a little while. They don't matter. Really, all that matters is Bowser, because he's going to be the one who decides this race. But no, seriously, like, this is the moment of, we get to see, is FFR a little off his game? And there, a one more line situation for FFR, that would have been easily a situation that he could have made a huge comeback, but just one line shy of that, chain off of garbage into another clear. If I'm FFR right now, I am like cursing at my screen, and I think he's just probably out of words to describe the situation he's in.
I'm just intently watching the screens right now. I've had to shift my seating. Oh boy, 6 is ahead.
This is bad.
Because like I sit in like a nice kind of comfortable chair because my office chair that I sat in left, so I'm in like a single seater sofa right now, and I had to like get up and kind of do the whole squat sit on the cushion because I'm just so, I'm like that little kid like rocking back and forth right now. I just need to see what's happening. And 6 is now on Kamek, and it took FFR 1 minute and 17 seconds to beat the Piranha Plant, and honestly, they are really behind right now.
That was one of the most unfortunate Piranha Plants I've ever seen. Like, Piranha continually just found random chains off of the garbage, kept getting clears, and this makes it really hard for FFR here.
Like, look at this! Look at the chaining and the garbage that FFR is doing! It is mind-blowing! And it's the timing that's killing it. I can't. Ah! I'm actually going insane, and I don't think I've ever gone this insane. What is going on?
Oh, we are like within 5 seconds here going into Bowser. I told y'all you wouldn't have to worry about any of this stage 9, 10, 11 stuff. It's just all about Bowser. And 6 with the ever so slight lead, maybe like 10-second lead. That's not really that slight. Really, 6 is the favorite to take it at this point. This is 6's tournament. 6's match to win. Starting off super solidly. That was a wonderful opening. That was textbook. Pillars on each side for Bowser, and that's it.
That's it. I don't think I don't think I've ever lost my mind in a tournament commentary like I have today. You know what? This stream is PG rated, and I am using the PG for this. Holy shit!
Oh my god! Wait. I don't believe it.
This just happened. It did happen. It did. It just happened, dude. We now need to sit and comprehend what happened.
I don't think I can. Like this was. I feel bad because I so badly underestimated 6. I thought I was being nice by saying that like 6 would take 2 games off of FFR.
Dude, I was just memeing with all chips in on FFR, but I should have just gone all chips on 6, and then, you know, I'd actually be able to afford more than a cardboard box to live in. Like, holy crap. This is insane.
Oh my god.
This is actually insane. I don't remember any tournament match that has had this big of an upset in the history of Puzzle General.
I gotta get in here for this.
Oh.
I just got
What's up, Tay, man?
I just got a breaking news alert on my Sports Center app on my phone. It said number 8 seed 6+ just upset FFRPro21.
Yeah, that happened.
All the brackets are dead.
I mean, wow. Anyways, for those not aware, that was Tayman who just brought in that breaking news update that you all are just witnessing live in person, and we are seeing Bowser.
This is still happening.
Do Bowser thing.
I thought it ended. He's still on Bowser. It is over 2 minutes.
Jeez.
Like Bowser's just like playing. Okay, Bowser's finally dead, but oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think that's a rage quit right there. I think we're done. And I think that's it.
I don't blame him.
Also, if y'all are watching right now, go follow 6 right now. Follow both runners, but especially 6. He grinds this like crazy. He deserves this win. Like the times alone he put up today: 9:59, 9:23, 8:34, 9 minutes, and to finish it off a 9:19. Those are tournament winning times. And he grinds like crazy. Go follow him. Go follow FFR Pro. He plays all the time too, but this is just such an exciting match to watch, and just to know the arc of 6. 6's biggest competitor coming into this tournament was I Like Being Smart, and their little rivalry they had, and that rivalry had pushed 6 to practice so much for group stage, and then he barely, by the skin of his teeth, made it by a tiebreaker rule into bracket. Now in bracket stage, he as the 8th seed goes up against top seeded FFR Pro, and no one had predicted that he would win. But he didn't just win; he won in 5 games. I don't know. This is like, what's a good baseball reference? This is like the San Diego Mariners beating the New York Yankees, something like that.
You know what this is. You know what this is right now. And I'm gonna use a Canadian reference for this. 6 literally just did a Bautista bat flip. Like got the home run and was like, bat flip. I'm good. Look at this. I just crush you. What up?
Okay, so
not like that. 6 doesn't talk like that. But like this is insane.
Speaking of brackets no one predicted, this is what the bracket looks like right now.
Did anybody have FFR losing?
No.
Does this mean nobody wins the Twitch stuff?
No, someone's still gonna win with the most points, but no one's gonna get a perfect bracket. March Madness is over.
Oh man, oh man. Oh boy.
So yeah, E6's bracket is dead now, after he predicted FFR would beat himself. So, I mean, what can you say?
Good night and good luck.
Anyways, there are two competitors you can see on this bracket who should be very, very afraid right now, because the winner of them has to take on 6. And those competitors are Tayman, who just came in as the reporter with that breaking news alert, and Cards of the Heart, who is, everyone knows Cards of the Heart. He created this whole thing. So I mean, two very storied players are gonna have the opportunity to take on the behemoth, the absolute behemoth that is 6. And it's gonna be wild.
Yo, I know 6 is watching right now. And I swear, man, if you drop in your next bout between either Tayman or Cards, I'm gonna be so disappointed. You're my blue boy. You need to make it and win. Commentator bias, let's go. I am now a fanboy. I stand 6 winning this tournament.
Oh my gosh, wow. The tables have turned when even the Canadians are rooting for 6. I mean,
well, my Canadian just got knocked out into losers bracket, and when I commentate losers bracket, that's when I'm going to start standing Canada again. All right. This is how I roll.
I got it.
I always stand the winner. So if you want me to be your biggest fanboy, just win. It's easy. Bandwagon ultimate strat. It works every time.
Also, for all the viewers right now and anyone on YouTube or Twitch, I want you to go right now, maybe not right now, later. Go watch 6's current PB where he gets a 755 and hear how he reacts to the sub 8 time. Just watch that clip, and I'm sure it's like that times 1,000 is probably what his reaction was after that last race. But that clip is amazing. Just to see the shock and excitement on 6's face, I can only imagine how that compares to his moment right after this victory over FFRPro. So check that out. But man, we've been going on for too long about this, but this is just too exciting. I don't know what to say.
When you watch that clip, either comment on the YouTube video for this VOD, be like, yo, I watched the clip. Foxy, you were right. Or, if you don't want to wait that long, hit us up in our Discord as well. I'm pretty sure the link showed up on screen at some point, and it'll be in the description and in the chat. Not just my brain is mush, so I cannot remember the link. It's either puzzlegeneral.discord.com or puzzlegeneral.com/discord, one or the other. It's one of them, and you should join the Discord, and you should share how blown your mind is currently watching this, because there's still another match happening. You thought it was over, but no, we still have another match coming up. And I think if we don't really have any other words, we should start setting up for it.
Indeed, we should. So if you're watching this live in the Twitch chat, stick around, and we will have Tayman, the former PPL 2020 champ, versus Cards of the Heart, the former Tetris Attack 2018 champion, facing off in what hopefully will be close to as exciting as this one.